Hi there folks, and in this video what we're going to do is we're going to create some more advanced movement for our player character. So at this moment in time we have forwards, left, right and backwards, but it feels a bit static, and when you go to move the mouse the player character doesn't even face the correct direction. So what we're going to work on to start off with is making our player face the correct direction. We're going to do this by launching the main player that we created, and we are going to add the following event, and that's going to be mouse X, just like so. Now with mouse X what we're going to do is use this to actually control the yaw of the player input, and we're going to do that by adding the following: add controller yaw input just down here, and then we attach it to the axis value just here. Now what should happen is this is referring to the self, so this is the entire character, and when we go to play this, moving left or right with the mouse cursor should then make the yaw of the character change, just like so. Fantastic. But now if I go face this direction and move forwards pressing W, you'll notice I'm going in the wrong direction and not the forward facing of the character. So to add that on, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our player character, go all the way down here, and where it says movement direction you'll notice it's currently set to X, being forward. But what we'll do is get a capsule component in, which is the overall arc of the actual player, which is holding this data in the world, and we're going to drag out of this and get forward vector just like so, then attach that to the world direction and compile it. So this time when we are going to play, if we face the direction and move forward, there you go, we are now moving in the right direction of the actual camera, which is fantastic. Now what we need to do is work out a way of getting the camera to face upwards and downwards and in the right direction. So to do this we're going to go up to the top, we're going to create a mouse Y like so, and this time instead of adding controller to the yaw we'll use the pitch. So add controller, this time pitch, and set this to this value here. Now let's just test to see what happens when we go to launch this. If I go in and I look up, I'm looking downwards. If I look downwards, I'm looking upwards, which, unless you're playing a flight game, will not be very useful. So in that case what we're going to do is we're going to change this, and what we need to do is a simple bit of mathematics in order to do this, and that is the following. We take this number, we then press the lovely star above the 8 on the keyboard, which is a times, and what we're going to do is times a float by a float and then add this to the actual end value. But the number we're going to times by is -1, because if you times a positive number you'll return a negative number if you times it by a negative, and so on and so forth the other way around if you times a negative number by a positive. So let's see what happens. If I then move up, it's looking in the right direction, down right direction, left, right, and then the player even goes in the direction of travel. It even happens in the other world as well. Fantastic. And that's how you get a player to move and face the mouse cursor direction and also travel in the correct direction.